I'm looking for is the coaches that want to be the coach that every player wants to play for. And I'm looking for the players that want to be the players that every coach wants to coach. I don't know about you, but Elizabeth and I, we want to be both, okay? We want to be the coach that every player wants to play for, and we want to be the player that every coach wants to coach. See, the coach that every focused player wants to play for has a vision that grabs the player's heart, grabs the team's heart. That coach has a game plan based on experience for the team that they know will work. That coach is both highly demanding and highly supportive. That coach pushes the players to new heights and also has their back. That coach that every player wants to play for believes in the team, sometimes more than they believe in themselves. That coach is there for the players when they're hurting, physically, emotionally, family issues, etc. They love them even more during those times. That coach builds unity, us against the world. That coach spends the time to put their players in the best position to win. That coach sets the pace. No one outworks that coach, okay? No one believes more than that coach. No one gives more than that coach. The player every coach wants to coach, they buy into the vision of the coach. They champion the vision of the coach. They run the play that the coach calls. They rise to their coach's expectations. They trust their coach, especially when the message is tough and requires them to change. They give it everything they got, every drill, okay? They just don't try to win the last wind sprint. They win the last wind sprint. They're hungry to learn. They hang on every word. And when the game is on the line, they want the ball. Are you the type of player for your coach? I don't care what your title is, okay? If you think you can't still learn, if you don't think that you need to be accountable to somebody, you're not the coach. For you to be the coach that every player wants to play for, you got to be a player that every coach wants to coach. So my question is, who wants to do something big? Who wants to do something historic? A purpose, a mission, a movement. How big do you want to be? How about changing the world as we know it? So we talked about good and we talked about great. People settle for good and take their eye off of great. Are we going to be great? Are you going to be great? Are we going to declare a war on mediocrity? Are we going to declare a war against average and ordinary? A vision is born in the soul of a man or woman who is consumed with the tension between what is and what could be. A friend's pastor asked the church, if we picked up and left town, would anybody notice and would anyone care? If you picked up and left town, would anyone notice or care? Our goal as leaders should be for that to be a resounding, you absolute matter. Each of us can change somebody's world, and we all could be that person for somebody else. A vision requires someone to champion a cause. A vision forms in the heart of those who are dissatisfied with the status quo, have an inability to accept things the way they are. Vision has a moral element to it, okay? A vision carries with it a sense of conviction. It isn't merely something that could be done. It's something that should be done. It's something that must happen. I'm challenging you to come up with a vision that stirs your soul, okay? That empowers you. And it's probably not solely about you. If you got a vision for a year, go plant a flower. If you got a vision for 10 years, plant some trees. If you got a vision for a lifetime, plant people. I ask again, what is your vision? Great visions always seem impossible until they're done.